Very true. Call the meeting to order. For those who care to, please rise for an opening prayer and salute to our flag. Mr. Jones, would you lead us in a word of prayer, please?
Lord, thank you for tonight, for the honor and privilege to gather here together. And we just pray that everything that's said and discussed in this meeting will be pleasing unto you. And then we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You can skip that one. And close the door. Very nice. Very nice. Just a few announcements tonight. The City of Ashgrove will be hosting a regional meeting workshop at the Missouri Municipal League on Thursday, October 29th. If you'd like to attend, please let Brenda know for your registration. And additionally, the Greene County Mayor Association meeting will meet at 5 o'clock in the same building there at the City of Ashgrove as well. So if you would like to attend that, just let us know. Also, Chief Lawton, you have a birthday. Happy birthday, Chief Lawton.
He hasn't been here long enough for
Yeah,
a birthday.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why they can't find the card. It's somewhere in City Hall, Chief.
Perfect, and I didn't have it.
Oh, oh, you're going to have it. There's no doubt. Additionally, budget meetings have been set for November 2nd and 3rd at Fire Station Number 1 starting at 6. Sandwiches will be provided. Please let Brenda know if you are unable to attend also. And the 3rd Annual State of the Community event is planned for Thursday, November 12th, beginning at 6 p.m. at the Republic High School. Speakers for this event will include Superintendent Chance Wister and myself, along with other city and school leaders. And ticket price for those are $20. Would you like to say anything, Chief, before I get going?
No.
You sure?
I'm good.
All right. Jared and Adam, please step forward. You can do it at the same time. I don't know if you guys work in unison. These two young men have been both promoted to engineers. And Charlie, you've got the camera, right? Yep. Jared, you're first. Your wife Ashley is going to pin, right? You're going to pin him? All right, come on.
Stab him. Stab him, make it hurt.
I probably will. I probably will.
It's your time, Ashley.
I know. I have to go home with him, though.
No, he's in the hospital.
We're making fun of me.
Congratulations, sir. And to pin Adam is his daughter, Erin. Erin, remember what we talked about.
Whoa, that was pretty good.
Thank you, Chief. Would you like to say a few words now?
No, these two gentlemen, they took their engineer's test the first part of September, and the test, for those who have done it, is not an easy task. We have a series of skills that they have to go through, and they all completed it with flying colors. We're glad to have a real asset to the department.
Good. Thank you, Chief. Jared, Adam, thank you very much. Congratulations. Well, we're gonna have a conversation about that tonight. Everybody thinks that there's a game on, and I have to admit that, you know, the sporting event is very important, near and dear to my heart, so that's why we're watching the Steelers game. So anyway, which comes on in exactly 22 minutes, so.
2016 is not that far around the corner, so don't worry. Spring training's coming around for you guys, you'll be okay.
So are you saying we're gonna be out of here in 20 minutes?
He's saying he's gonna change
Hold
the
on,
TV
I'm gonna
picture in
change the
there.
TV in there to make sure the Steeler game.
Okay,
like the way you
I'm
say it.
watching your drive.
It would definitely be a record, there's no doubt. All right. I'd like to open it up now to citizen participation. Anyone wishing to speak to anything not on the agenda, please come forward, state your name, sign in, and give us your best 3 minutes. I do. I start a meeting and everybody clears. Joey, do you want to stay? Do you want to stay, sir? There it is. Adam, take him somewhere, would you? 19 county. All right, anyone wishing to speak to anything not on the agenda, please come forward, state your name, sign in, give your best 3 minutes. Citizen participation closed. Need a motion for the consent agenda? Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. On a financial report, welcome, Mr. O'Donnell. Give us an overview, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Trust you all got your financial packets. In keeping with the mayor's 22 minutes, we'll keep it brief. It looks real good. Seriously, we steady increase in cash, probably the best it's been, well, actually this entire year. Steady increase in revenues as well, spurred on by our sales tax revenues. September collections received in the month of October. Another solid month, $190,225 for our general revenue sales tax and $23,773 for fire sales tax. We'll discuss that in depth at the next meeting when I have the other sales tax information at hand. And with that, I present the financial report and await your questions.
Questions, comments, discussion. Mr. O'Donnell. Anything at all? Do I have a second? Motion to approve financial report?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, sir. Reports from staff. Mr. Krischke, anything?
No, sir.
Mr. Derrickson?
It's catching. No, sir.
All right, good. Wow. King's not here, right? All right. Future community events, October 13th to November 12th is the Arthritis Foundation Exercise Program. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1:30 at Republic Community Center. October 19th and 26th is Tyler Open Gym, 10 a.m., and also when Republic schools are in session. No registration is required. October 17th is Republic Community Foundation Trivia Night, 6:30 at Republic Community Center. October 23rd is 7th Annual Boogie Bash, 5:30. No registration is required. The costume contest will be held at 6:30. Movie at 7:30 at the end. October 29th is Senior Movie Day at 3 p.m. It's a free event. October 31st is the 19th Annual Treat Yourself to Republic, and that's a free event as well. Maps, participating locations will be available October 26th. Board Commissions and Committee schedules. Board of Adjustments November 5th. Capital Improvements October 28th. City Council October 26th. City Budget Session meetings are November 2nd and November 3rd at the Fire Station number 1. City Council meeting November 9th. Planning and Zoning Commission is October 19th. On to old business and tabled items, I'd like to have a motion to remove Bill number 15-17 from the table. Motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. With it removed from the table, I'd like to have a motion to have the second reading of Bill number 15-17. Motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri to amend Title 7, Chapter 700 of the Republic Municipal Code by repealing and replacing Section 715.190, said section to be titled Fats, Oils, Grease, and Sand.
I'd like to motion to have final approval of Bill number 15-17. Motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Welcome, Mr. Brock. Give us the overview, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a revision to our wastewater ordinances, and refer to this as our FOGS ordinance, or FOGS policy, or management policy. That's oils, grease, and sand, and the purpose is to reduce the contaminant discharge that we see from restaurants and other industrial users. The documents in front of you tonight, twofold. One is replacement of very rudimentary section of our ordinances about grease, oil, and sand interceptors, and the second is a detailed technical policy. And I want to point out that this is a provision in the ordinance to amend the policy in a little easier manner. We didn't want to put all the deep technical stuff in the code book, so we adopted that in a policy. That can be revised under the Public Works Director's discretion if notice is sent out to all regulated users and no objections are filed within 60 days. An update or a modification to that technical manual can be done. If there is an objection, that revision would have to come back to the City Council. This gives us a little more flexibility to keep up with changing construction standards. I think this may be the only technical manual that we have set up to do like this. I like that format. It gives an opportunity for the folks that are affected to be informed if things are changing, and a way to speak out or speak against potential change without having to come back to a formal ordinance change for just a minor update for a technical detail.
Questions, comments, discussion from Mr. Brock?
I do have one request. We have scattered throughout the ordinance and the policy a requirement for records keeping. And one of the things when we were out doing our site visits and listening to council members as they gave us their feedback, we have actually a conflict requirement for records keeping for maintenance purposes of 3 and 5 years, and we'd like to ask the council to revise both the ordinance and the policy so as consistent that the record keeping is only for a 3-year period. And this appears in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 locations. I've asked Councilmember Wilson to help me with this aspect, if he would be so favorable to do so.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On page 13, item B, needs to be changed from 5 years to 3 years. Page 15, partial paragraph at top, item K4, needs to be changed from 5 to 3.
These are motions, right?
Is this a motion?
Yes.
Okay. All one motion? Okay.
I'm on 16, item A4.
Okay.
Need that changed from 5 to 3. Page 18, item E7 goes from 5 to 3, and then page 34, which is already 3 years, needs to stay at 2 years.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Have a motion and
I'm
a
sorry,
second.
Councilmember, we have one more. In the ordinance is paragraph H, item 1D.
On page 2. Page 2, item H1, D, change that.
I'll second the total of all 6.
Okay. Make sure I'm following.
And that there is to be 3 years, not 5.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Have a motion, have a second. All in favor of changes on that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? discussion continues. Questions, comments, discussion from Mr. Brown? Anything at all? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilmember Harrelson? Aye. Councilmember Poole? Aye. Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Councilmember Brashears?
Aye.
Councilmember Jones? Councilmember Wilson?
Aye.
Councilmember Clinkinger?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0. On the next item, I'd like to have a motion to have the second reading of bill number 15-27.
Motion.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri, amending Title I by adding Chapter 155, City Financial Assistance Program, to the Republic City Code.
Need a motion to have final approval bill number 15-27.
Motion. Second.
Motion and a second. Mr. O'Donnell, welcome. Give us the overview, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. As you know, we had a spirited discussion at the last council meeting when the Bill 1527 was brought forward. And thanks to everyone's feedback, we have revised it accordingly in a number of areas. First off, as it now reads, the Financial Assistance Program is related to the implementation of the Fats Oil Grease and Sand project, and this ordinance will also allow council to adopt this financial assistance program for any type of future project where it is where the financial assistance program can be productive and can help in the completion of said future project. And only upon council's approval can this happen. Again, Director of Finance is authorized to promulgate rules and regs to implement the program, subject to approval by City Administrator and notice to council. We've also revised Section D regarding the rules and regulations to implement a few other items in here. As you can see, some of the things that we had from the previous reading, including individuals or entities with a valid business license or individuals exempt from a business license requirements, and all necessary permits to perform such actions must be obtained. And the property owner or authorized agent must submit bids for the actions to the city from 2 licensed businesses before performance of said actions and subject to approval of the bids by the city. Secondly, we've also added in here additional requirements such as that the individual or business entity shall be current on all sums due the city and, if applicable, shall have provided no tax due letter from the state of Missouri and shall have a current city business license. We've also revised the participation where the city's portion of this would be 100% up to $1,000 and 50% of any amount beyond $1,000, with the total dollar amount of the loan or the assistance not to exceed $5,000 per applicant. And that total amount will be repaid in equal monthly amounts over a term not to exceed 36 months at an interest rate of 2%. Upon council adopting the resolution, it may include also limits on the not to exceed percent of assistance or not to exceed dollar amounts. In other words, these requirements can be changed, and they're as long as council decides if they can either leave it this way or change it depending on the future project and what is required. As of right now, what I just mentioned solely relates to the Boggs project and no other. And that we also have remedies for failure to make timely repayments under city code, under the state laws, for collection of any outstanding balance due the city. So those are the revisions that we have made, and I look forward to your questions and comments.
Okay, Council, just for clarification, you have the original bill 1527 in front of you. There is a substitute bill that is in there that has all the changes that you asked for and requested. That is a substitute bill. It is not on the table if you want to put it on the table and vote on it, am I correct? And accept that. I just need a motion.
Well, at some point, council there needs to be a motion to either go forward with the substitute bill or the original bill for final approval.
Right.
I would like to make a motion to move to the substitute bill.
Okay, I have a motion to move to the substitute bill number 1527. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. I don't need any discussion there. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? That motion carries 7-0. So now in front of you, council, what is before you is that substitute bill 15-27. It is on the table. Questions now, comments or discussion for Mr. O'Donnell on the current bill that is in front of you. Mr. Jones? 2%. Where is that?
That was basically discussion of staff, and again, it is open to discussion here by council. Excuse me. If if council believes that 2% is not a proper figure, I would be welcome to hear other conversations once again, because I believe at the last council meeting, there was a range. Some were saying 0%, some were saying anywhere up to prime, which is at this point right now is just a little over 3%. We tried to find a common ground here, so council is open to changing that interest rate based for, and again, this is for the Fogs project only. The percentage would change and would be approved by the council for any future project. So should we have discussion regarding the rates?
Go, Mr. Quickenberg, go ahead.
It might help to know that, what currently does it look like that we're going to have to loan? What's the kind of average business or high and low? That might help, because if everybody only needed $500, I'd just say let's do it with no interest. But I mean, I wanted to, it might help to know what the ranges are and what we're going to have out there.
At this point, and I'm going to ask for a little help from Public Works if they can help me out here, is I believe based on the visits and the determinations, we only have like about a handful of businesses, I'm going to guess around 10 or 11, that...
You want to come up, Jerry? Or?
I was going to drag you, Jerry, up here anyway. The microphone's right there, Jerry.
Yes, we identified a potential of 11 separate facilities that we deemed, for various reasons, that would be open and probably likely to enter into some sort of a talk over financial assistance. I believe that based upon some rough estimates of what we calculated to be required in those locations, we came up with a total of about $46,500 in total for all the projects.
So averaging around $4,000
Yes, sir.
an applicant, I guess you could say.
That would be one way of looking at it, yes, sir.
And those, I think, were generally on the higher end of the spectrum with our estimates. And there's a number of businesses that are a little bit on the lower side. There's a few that have our upper end of the 5,000, but...
Do we have, like, any large amount of labor or application fees, or when we do their full credit checks or anything like that, or we have any kind of cost that would be incurred where we would need to either charge interest or an application fee?
We did not, and those rules could potentially change, but we didn't really consider a formal application. Will be some sort of an application where we get information who are the owners, if it's a corporation, LLC, or whatever. We'll need certain information, but we're not going to go so far as to require tax returns and those sort of documents. And we hadn't talked about a application fee. We just assumed that would be a free process where you ask for the assistance and we'll review it.
I was just trying to find out, we want to be able to justify to them, if there are obvious costs that we have, then it might make sense to charge something. If we don't really have any costs, then that would be different. Thank you.
Additional questions, comments, discussion? I'll go back to Mr. Jones. Did you get your question answered?
Yeah, I know that there are other municipalities that are participating in a program like this. I didn't know how that rate compared to
And I do not have that information at hand. I would imagine that they're around the horn, usually around prime, or within that range. Again, we didn't want to go that high, and again, it's council's choice to if they wish to see a different interest rate, or because again, we're talking about financial assistance and partnering with people. We could go with a 0 rate. We could go with 1%. We could, we were wanting to try and come up with some kind of a reasonable rate, because when we're talking about no more than $5,000 over 36 months, I don't think the interest will come up to a substantial amount.
Additional questions, comments, discussion? Mr. Wilson?
2% paid for any office fees or office health workers, stuff like that.
You could also argue that, 2% interest is money back to the city, which would recompense for the time and resources spent reviewing the applications and in consideration of whether to approve or deny the loans. Again, we don't wish to become the Bank of Republic requiring a full-blown credit application process, complete with tax returns and everything else. We don't have the manpower. We do not have the time. Therefore, we are trying to keep this as simple as possible in such a way that, again, balancing out between protecting the city's assets, but also providing a helping hand to those businesses, because, quite honestly, as Jerry has pointed out before, some of these projects, for a small business could literally close their doors, and we certainly don't want to have that. We want them to be productive and viable, and at the same time compliant with city codes, so that their infrastructure or lack of infrastructure does not impact on city infrastructure as well. So we're trying to find a balance. We're trying to help those businesses and be a viable business partner. So it is a delicate balance, but at the same time, I think we've tried to come up with a program that best serves both sides.
And I'm sorry, and that rate is just totally arbitrary, and as John has been saying, it was one that we felt would just provide a smaller source of income just to recoup some of our costs, and at the same time, be considerate of the taxpayers' money and be able to get a little bit of a return on that, but at the same time help the businesses out. In turn, helping us out in our sewer system, being able to hopefully keep from having any future claims for any backups that we've had in the past. So.
Mr. Klingenberg?
Is that going out billed on the utility bill, so it'll be paid, the monthly payments come back with the utility bill, or is it completely billed as a separate thing?
Separate.
Okay. So there'll be the same late fees and policies as there are for all of our other billing?
There can be. We had not, actually, to be honest with you, we hadn't gone to that level to talk about late fees, but I would imagine that
We'll be having them execute a fairly standard promissory note.
Okay.
And it'll include the usual language like that.
I think 2% is fair. I mean, if they were to go to a bank, they'd be probably paying more than that. I'm fine with that.
Again, those late fees and other charges would be part of the rules and regulations that we pull together here, including some of the other things that we would have to be doing in terms of reviewing the bids and everything else. So we would get into those specifics, again, approved by the city administrator and notice to council as well before we begin the program. So it is we try to keep this as transparent as possible.
Additional questions, comments, discussion? Anything at all? Fair enough. Roll call vote?
Councilmember Klinkenberg.
Aye.
Councilmember Wilson.
Aye.
Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Brashear.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Councilmember Poole. Councilmember Harrelson.
Motion carries 7-0. On the next item, need a motion to have the second reading of bill number 15-28.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri, amending the zoning code and official map by changing the classification of approximately 14.8 acres owned by RLDC LLC, located along the 400 and 500 blocks of West Grace Street, from Planned Development District, PDD, to high-density, single-family residential, R1H.
Need a motion to have final approval, bill number 15-28.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Welcome, Mr. Tice. Give us the overview, sir.
Thank you. This bill will rezone this 14.8 acres from Planned Development District, the Sunset Landing Planned Development District, to the high-density single-family residential district. Within the planned development, these two tracts that total 14.8 acres are planned for multifamily housing at a density just over 14 units per acre, so that's equivalent to an apartment complex type of development. So this will be a reduction in density down to a high-density single-family zoning that will allow for lots as small as 7,000 square feet. The city's land use plan does designate this area as being appropriate for this type of density of development, and the Planning and Zoning Commission and staff are also recommending approval of this rezone.
Just for clarification, Mr. Tyson, you mentioned that it's, where did I write it down? 14 an acre on, was, and how many on high density per acre?
That comes out to... could be as much as 6.22 per acre, but it's not likely to be that much when you take in streets and everything else.
Just want to make sure we had the numbers right, because you went and said we were going down from 14 acre to what? So I just want to make sure we're clear on 14 down to a maximum maybe of 6. Is that clear?
That's correct.
Okay. Questions, comments, discussion from Mr. Tyson? Anything at all? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilmember Clinkenberry.
Aye.
Councilmember Wilson.
Aye.
Councilmember Jones. Councilmember Brashear.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Councilmember Poole. Councilmember Harrelson. Aye.
Motion carries 7-0. Thank you, Mr. Tyson, that was quick. Impressed. On to other business, resolution number 15-R-66, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri, approving and authorizing the city administrator to submit a renewal application for hall provider of bingo premises. Let's have a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion in 3 seconds. Brenda, give us the overview.
This is the yearly application that we fill out and send in to the Gaming Commission for the senior hall down here so that they can continue to play bingo.
Questions, comments, discussion from Mrs. Jackson?
Well, I add one little tidbit to this, since we did bring this up last year about the Kiwanis Club and their use of the community center for a bingo hall application. It kind of turned into a longer process. Did confirm with the Kiwanis Club that they are foregoing any bingo activities except for what they do during the fall festival and that sort of thing. So no other additional bingo activities for this year, so no need to do the extra facility.
Fair enough. Questions, comments, discussion? Anything at all? See none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. On the next item, resolution number 15-R-67, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri, approving changes to the Ozarks Transportation Organization's major thoroughfare plan. I'd like to have a motion.
Motion.
A motion second. Welcome, Mr. Brock. Give us the overview, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. resolution deals with a request from Ozarks Transportation Organization, OTO, to provide a formal approval on an update to their major thoroughfare plan. Council members may question why they've not seen something like this before. We've been a member of OTO since their inception over 10 years ago. This is a bit of a new process for them. They've always gone to great lengths to coordinate their planning documents, but they have this go-around adopted a little bit of a different tact on a major thoroughfare plan. That's why we've not been asked, or the City Council has not been asked to look at this before. Major thoroughfare plan really has two components. One is a road classification in the long term. How do you see a particular road operating as a collector or a arterial street? And then the connectivity. Where do existing roads connect to? Where do future roads connect? And so we've tried to provide you with a bit of analysis in comparing the draft OTO plan to the city's 2006 major thoroughfare plan. And a comparison needs to be taken with a little bit of a grain of salt in that our local plan, it is from 2006. There's been a lot of changes in development patterns. Point out very quickly, in 2006 there was a lot of interest in development in Christian County, so on the city's plan you'll see a future road network in Christian County. Since that time we've drawn back our future urban service boundaries in Christian County, and we've also seen some changes or change in philosophy in road development. In 2006 we had a lot of roads that were classified as secondary arterial. East Miller, East Hines, East Elm, East Farm Road 170, and one of the efforts that they're doing here, OTO, is they're trying to get everyone using the same yardstick. If you look in the city, around the city of Springfield, and can imagine the density of the city of Springfield, they don't have such high road classifications at the same density as we do here in Republic. So it's a bit difficult to say that we would have the same level of traffic on those roads as you would in the city of Springfield. In general, I guess I don't want to try to predict what questions you may have, so I'll give you a summary here. If you compare the old OTO plan with what they've brought out, we see more conformance. It's getting closer to the city's 2006 plan, with the exception of those roadway classifications. And I think that would be something that we'd like to take a look at, is updating our local thoroughfare plan, and when we do so, we'll bring those classifications in line with what OTO has here. The resolution has got a close-up in the Republic area. We've provided a overview of the entire OTO plan if you're interested in areas just outside of the Republic's sphere of influence. I do want to note that we've met a number of times with Greene County. Greene County and MoDOT are the ones, of course, that we work most closely with on our roadway network, and they are going to be recommending the adoption to Greene County Planning and Zoning and City Council and County Commissioners as well.
Questions, comments, discussion from Mr. Brown? Anything at all? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Brown. The next item, resolution number 15-R-68, resolution of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri, approving a preliminary plat of the villages at Monte Cristo Phase 2 subdivision, located along the 400 and 500 blocks of West Gray Street in the City of Republic, Missouri. Would like to have a motion.
Motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Welcome back, Mr. Tyson. Give us your overview, sir.
This preliminary plat is for the major subdivision of the 14.8 acres that was just rezoned by City Council. The subdivision does comply with the R1H single-family residential zoning district. There are 61 planned lots to be platted here that will be adequately served by public streets, public sanitary sewer, and public water. I would like to point out one error, both on the preliminary plat and in the exhibit. It's mentioned that there's a average lot size here of in excess of 12,000 square feet. That's actually not correct. The average lot size in this subdivision comes out, if I've done my math correctly, to a little over 8,500. Staff and Planning and Zoning Commission both recommend approval of this plat.
Thank you. Questions, comments, discussion for Mr. Tyson? Anything at all? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Tyson. That concludes all our business. For those of you who want to know the score, the Steelers are down 7-0. Need a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.